Real-world holograms. The first thing I think I need to make sure that everybody is using the same words for the same things. So what are holograms? And the first thing you think about are probably like sci-fi movies having transparent things next to you and like you see in above pictures. But that's only doable in the lab today, so we don't have that available to everyone. But using some devices, we can have something I would call a hologram. So for example, some cars already have like these HUD displays you see on the left. And you can see there's already like the arrow pointing where, and it's recognizing the car, and it's really like showing like it is in the real world. Then using headsets, the second picture, HoloLens, Quest, whatever, you can bring 3D models and make it appear next to you, also holograms. And probably all of you know it, the last picture shows Pokemon Go. So when you look through your phone, you can also stream in the camera stream and then add anything like Pokemon Ball or whatever. Okay, so this we call mixed reality. And again, to explain mixed reality, when you ask Wikipedia, it says merging of a real-world environment and a computer-generated. Again, what does it mean? I kind of explained it, but to be sure, this is like a living room, like everybody could have it, look this way or another way. Then you can add a 3D model, in this case, this clock, and you have a bird like flying out of it, flying back into it. That's mixed reality. So you have this hologram, 3D model, anchored in the real world, and you can move around it. Again, we need headsets or phones as of today to show it. There will be a future where we don't need it, but as of today, we need it. Okay, so for this one, I used mobile AR, so I've used a phone, this one for especially, to show the holograms. But what does this phone need to be able to show holograms? The first thing is it needs to know where it is in space. So this is like a beautiful outdoor space. We add the phone, and when you move your phone around, it uses different sensors and especially the camera to recognize like key points. I've highlighted here all of these. And these key points will be recognized over time, and then it gets a sense of its surroundings and where it is. We call that is called SLAM, so simultaneously location and mapping. And when the phone has this, we can add, again, 3D model. It will be fixed on the table. You can move around with your phone and show it at this place. So phone tracks movement using multiple sensors, SLAM, IMU, creates an understanding of the surrounding, and we can place our model. Today, this is built in Android phones using AR Core or iOS phones using ARKit, and everybody can use these frameworks to basically create holograms. In addition to this, Google has an API called Geospatial API. So then these key points I already showed you before are sent to the cloud and recognized and, for example, matched to Google Street View data. And when we have this, we not only know how the phone is moving around, but we also know where we are precisely on the world. So now we have our geospatial pose. Okay, so we have our location and orientation in the world, and we can put a geospatial anchor. That's Cesium has basically the same, but Google Geospatial API has it also. Place it where we are, and then add our Cesium georeference with the same location at this anchor. So now we have our Cesium georeference and can load any GIS data we want. I've shown here some like Google 3D tiles, Google OSM buildings, but over the last 2 days, I've learned a lot more about Cesium than I knew before. So the first time I used Cesium was like a year ago. And there are lots of different things you could show, but you all probably know way better than me. So that was a lot of theory. What I did, I took this concept and made a proof of concept and built an actual phone app. And I wanted to record some videos here in Philadelphia, but I actually wasn't feeling so safe having recording some here on the street. I get yelled at immediately. Luckily, back at home, so we need to travel. I already prepared some videos, and does the video play? Yes. So we're here, Philadelphia. It's my first time here, really beautiful city, but I'm actually from Germany, to be precise, Germany, Berlin. And what you see here is Berlin Alexanderplatz. It's like a central place in Berlin. And I just wanted to show you, this is the exact location where I stood for the next slides and recorded all the videos you will see. Okay, so the first thing, like I told you, we now have the precise location on the phone, and I just show Google 3D tiles, which is already kind of fun, but if I would just turn it off, I will see the same buildings as I can view with Google 3D tiles. And as you can see, it's there's not even close to 60 frames per second, so it's a bit laggy. There could be a lot of optimization to make it fast, but I think it would be way more interesting to show other data like future construction data or even past construction data would be way more interesting. Yeah, what I learned, the 3D tiles will have like a history sometimes in the future, so that might be interesting to add. But to add underground data would also be nice. But I also added different capabilities in the app. And if we don't show the Google 3D tiles, we could still use the 3D tile data to make objects, like in this time I have like the bat flying around, recognize the building. So the bat flies towards the building at the start of the video, and it recognizes there's a building, and then it flies around and even hides behind buildings. So there could be some interesting games built around this concept. You could control the bat with your phone or have virtual drones flying around and a multi-user application. There might be interesting concepts for this. Then, this is also really interesting, I added like a lens, and now you can look through buildings. So I only show buildings behind the first row of building. And now as you can see, here it gets really interesting because yeah, you could show waypoints where you want to go, or if you want to be at a specific place, where it is in relation to you and how to navigate around buildings. I need to show this till the end because here you have like really, it really, I think it looks really nice to be able to look through this and see all the buildings behind it. Here's also, this is a big hotel in Berlin where there actually like, you can book an action thing where you can walk off the building attached to a rope and walk down the building. That's what you just saw. Yes. Then another option, basically the same like before, but now we have like this visual thing in the reality, and we have to walk to it to be able to look around the city and to see. You could place virtual or even real architecture in the real world where you have like the ring, and using your phone you can look through the ring through past buildings which stood there 50 years ago, 100 years ago, or which will be built in the next years. For example, if there's an active construction site, you could have these things and inform all the inhabitants there. Yeah, really interesting concept. And that's all nice, and I hope you really have your minds going what would be possible. But the truth actually, I have here some debug output. If you use this Google Geospatial API and are at a really good crowded place like this one, you still have a horizontal off of 0.7 meters, or let's say 2.3 feet. And the vertical is also off often by like 1.3 feet, which is a really good value. If you just do it somewhere, it might be off even way more. And the rotation is often off by a couple degrees. And even like 2 degrees will result in 100-meter difference in 13 feet difference of buildings placed over a distance from 300 meters. So if I look at the building 300 meters down there, it will already be off like 13 feet. So I built in like sliders to do correction manually after I set up the app. And on the lower right side, you can see I even have like a little top-down view because I had like a cartographic polygon to hide out the first row of buildings. It's not built into the app that I automatically hide the first row of buildings to look at the buildings behind it, but I have to calibrate, depending on what buildings are next to me, how far away I want to look. Yeah, you probably have noticed I'm more like a mixed reality developer than a Cesium developer, but I really got hooked on Cesium. And so why was it me doing this? So first, I lead a small R&D team in a mid-range software company. We do a lot of mixed reality applications, projects for different kind of clients. And I thought this is really an interesting idea, and I applied with this idea for the conference here. I got accepted, so I had to build the app. But the potential is still there. And last year, that was the first time I used Cesium. We had the city of Neubrandenburg, which is a small city north of Berlin, ask us if we could display their 3D model of the city, which they just got through public funding. And yeah, we built this app you can see here, which is like a mat you can put on a table, you put on glasses, and then you can see full 3D inside this map. I tried to use my phone through the glasses to kind of visualize it, but yeah, you have this full 3D map in front of you on the table, and it's also, we hope it evolves into a real digital twin of the city, but we are not there yet. Little more things about me. Like I already said, I'm a mixed reality engineer. I started with the 3D camera work like 10 years ago. And this is like a small project when the Kinect, I don't know if you know, but it was an add-on for the Xbox gaming console, and it got hacked, so you can use it on the PC and you can recognize yourself. And this was one of the first projects I did with it. You can draw on the floor and mark points, and it was a lot of fun. I'm also a father of 2 and a husband. My kids, of course, love my work, especially testing it and trying it out. And what also plays into this this kind of work, I love hackathons. I try to do them as often as possible. This is actually a time lapse of a MIT reality hack, which happens yearly at the MIT. So kind of close to here. And this working on this app over the couple of weeks I had was feeling like a long hackathon. So it was a great experience for me. Yeah, I thought it would be nice if you already to not start with my background, but I still have to bring it. I work for a company called Data Experts. We were founded in 1962. It's a nationwide, in Germany, acting software company. And our biggest product is called Profil. And 90,000 farmers in Germany apply for their annual subsidy through our software. And then on the other side, the ministries in Germany, basically all of them, use also our software to process these data. Yeah, the team I already told you about is like a small team of this company. We are 3 people right now of 250 people in the company. It's called Holographic. We started it in 2017. We've worked with different clients. Some of them you probably know, some of them you don't, but it's all really in Germany based. So back from Germany, Berlin. Let's travel back to here. And I hope you liked my presentation. You have some ideas what would be possible with this. And let's have a great party tonight.